You walk into an electronics store in 2025, thinking you're just there for a screen. But what greets you isn't television. It's surveillance with style rows of TVs beam like glass sentinels. All ultra thin, all ultra bright, all too interested in what you're not saying. Their eyes glint in pixel. A salesman saunters over, smiling. Too friendly, too fast. He doesn't ask what you watch. He asks what you stream. You nod. You say Netflix. He says smart TV. What he doesn't say is that smart means watching you too. Every year, homes get smarter. Fridges know what you forgot. Speakers answer what you didn't ask. And TVs, well, they're watching, but this year feels different. Because the screen on your wall is no longer just a window to stories. It's a window into you, your habits, your voice, your silence, that spontaneous weeknight rerun, recorded, that paused argument where you raised your voice in front of the screen. Flagged, this is the untold story of the new age screens, the ones that know when you're home, what you're watching, even how long you stared at the screen before changing it. They don't just connect to the internet, they are collecting. In the gentle quiet of a Sunday morning kitchen, a kettle whistles. Steam curls in sunlight. A toddler tugs at her socks on the rug. The pan hisses. Coffee brews. In the background, the living room TV murmurs softly. Skipped ads, gesture controls flicked idly. She's not watching, but someone is watching her. This isn't sci-fi paranoia, it's default settings. You didn't sign into surveillance, you signed into terms and conditions. And some of the worst offenders aren't unknown knockoffs or shady imports. They're household names. Let me show you. Samsung's 2023 smart TVs came with ads built into the home screen. Imagine buying a product and still being sold to. Every time you turn it on, they collect viewing habits, viewing time, click behavior, even how you navigate through their menus. Yes, some of this helps with recommendations, but a lot of it helps others profit from you. Sony? Better, but not blameless. Certain models auto-enable voice recognition and app integrations, quietly folding your behavior into third-party analytics. And LG? They made headlines, not for picture quality, but for sending data on channel switching, volume changes, and even file names from USB drives, all without asking, until public backlash forced an update. They offered apologies, not reversals. But here's the real twist. It's not just data you give away, it's data the screen detects on its own. Welcome to ACR, Automatic Content Recognition. It's a feature baked into many smart TVs. It watches everything you watch. Yes, even the quiet 2 a.m. YouTube rabbit hole you thought was just between you and the algorithm. ACR creates a fingerprint of what's on screen, frame by frame. Whether you're watching cable, Blu-ray, or streaming someone else's login, the TV knows. And companies partner with ad firms, insurance companies, and more to turn your screen time into sale items. You aren't just the viewer, you're the product. A golden retriever sprawls across the carpet, half asleep in the warm afternoon light. Cartoons flicker gently in the background. The remote somewhere under a blanket, or maybe under the baby's toy truck that quietly rolled under the TV stand last Thursday. It's peaceful, and thumb scrolling through apps feels like nothing. But to your smart TV, it means everything. Idle time, interface flow, click, heat maps, microsecond interaction reports, it sees it all, even when you don't. And here's the thing, they don't need to spy. They choose to, because spying is profitable. Targeted ads make more. Behavioral profiles sell stronger. Data is the oil. And the television is the drill. You might think, so what? I've got nothing to hide. But that's not the point. This isn't about hiding secrets. It's about owning space. Your living room, your time, your attention. Your home used to be off-grid. Now it's an input channel. And if you don't opt out, you're opted in, automatically, quietly, every time the screen glows on your wall. So what can you do? Disable ACR? Most smart TVs bury it 3 menus deep. They never bring it up during the setup process. You have to find it. On Samsung, turn off viewing information services. On LG, dig through Live Plus. On Sony, well, good luck. Even the most privacy-conscious brands don't make it obvious. Why? Because if you turn it off, they lose the stream of gold. Your preferences, your weaknesses, your late-night binge triggers. It's not about what you like, it's about how likely you are to act on what you see. That's what advertisers pay for, let that sink in. And yet, people keep buying newer models. Because the picture is better. Because the audio sounds like thunder. Because it's thin enough to vanish into the wall. We chase features. They harvest feedback. You weren't choosing a TV, you were choosing a data pipeline. And they know you'll turn it on tomorrow. Because comfort always outweighs effort. So, how did we get here? How did the TV, a thing we once wheeled into classrooms to escape homework, a thing that once played VHS tapes and Sunday cartoons, become the thing that studies us back? When did the screen stop being passive? Maybe it started the moment we asked it to listen. Hey TV, turn up the volume, skip intro, voice commands, convenient, but always on. No one tells you that the mic never really powers down. It goes quiet, yes, but off, rarely. And when it listens, it doesn't just hear, it analyzes, accents, tones, keyword triggers, some TVs forward recordings to cloud servers run by third-party voice software. Companies you didn't choose. Names buried behind checkboxes labeled, "Improve your experience." That's the new lie. The upgraded version of ignore it and click next. Improve your experience. But ask yourself, whose experience is it really improving? Here's a real story. A couple bought a new smart TV. They connected it, enabled voice, chose their favorite streaming apps. 3 weeks later, they started noticing ads, oddly specific ones she'd been searching for prenatal yoga on her phone. He'd been whispering organic crib ideas during dinner. Never typed, never searched, and still, the TV listened. Because phones weren't the only ears in the room anymore. The TV was quietly building relevancy, tracking not just what they watched, but who they were becoming: father, mother, new market segment. Surprised? You shouldn't be, because behind every personalized ad is a chilling record of your personal life. But this isn't about paranoia, it's about permission. It's about how often we give it away, without reading, without asking, without thinking. You press accept all just to skip ahead, and suddenly your living room is an open journal, available to advertisers, data brokers, unknown bidders. And some of these companies, they don't even make TVs. They make profilers, retailers, pharmacy chains, insurance agents, all getting custom feeds, all slicing up your screen time into dollar signs, a blurry fingerprint on the remote, greasy popcorn smudges on the edge of the bezel, 2 socks abandoned in front of the stand. This is what real households look like. Not the pristine showroom demos, not the glossy video loops showing fake families enjoying fake moments. Real homes are messy, human, and in that mess is something sacred, something worth protecting. Because privacy isn't a feature, it's the right to simply exist without being studied. But smart TVs weren't designed with that in mind. They were designed to stay useful, even when you're not even watching. TVs now track channel behavior, average viewing time, app usage frequency, rewind moments, yes, seriously, mute patterns on ads, navigation, hesitations, and sometimes, who's sitting in front of them. Facial recognition is already being tested by some brands overseas. Not in dystopia, in beta, you'll hear defenses like, it's anonymized, it's just for feedback loops, it helps improve recommendations. But aggregated data often becomes behavioral models. And models don't stay abstract forever. They become decisions about what prices to show you, which political ads to push to your household, Whether you fall into a likely to upgrade income group or low engagement zone. And that's the quiet horror. Not that it sees you, but that it sorts you. Categories, segments, lines drawn from your living room light. Let's pause here, because it's easy to get lost in the shadow. Let's talk solutions, let's talk control. Start with basics. Don't connect to Wi-Fi unless you need to. No internet, no phone home, your TV is just a screen again. Disable ACR in the settings. It's buried but worth the dig. Turn off voice wake up. You can still use the remote mic. That button is your boundary. Read terms before updates. Yes, it's a wall of text, but it's your wall. Use streaming sticks like Apple TV or Fire Stick. If you control the input, you control the data flow. And if that all sounds like a lot, it is, because they want it to feel exhausting. That's part of the system fatigue. Make privacy feel like a chore, and most will give up halfway, but not you, not anymore. A montage rolls in quietly. A man laughing at the same sitcom rerun for the 15th time, remote on his stomach. A teen curled up binge-watching in the dark, hoodie over her head, eyes locked in pixel. A storm outside while a family watches a movie under a blanket. The TV buzzing quietly while no one's in the room, just light dancing against empty furniture. These are the moments we're not supposed to question because the screen's always been there. Dependable, soothing, familiar. But maybe it's time we ask, is it watching us back? What's most unsettling isn't what the TV sees, it's what it will remember. Because the modern screen doesn't forget. Not when it's connected, not when it's always on, not when the updates come quietly in the night, adding one more switch you never agreed to. You think you own it, but in so many ways, it owns you. Soft music fades in, minor notes, gently pulsing. So the next time you turn it on, as the boot screen glows and the apps autoplay, pause, look into it, and realize it's already looking into you. Because it was never about picture quality. It was never about design. It was about presence, and how that presence became permission without you even noticing. The tech got smarter, and the user got quieter. Until one day, the one thing that used to tell stories started writing its own. They want one that's smart enough to work. Before you go, hit that subscribe button. We don't just review, we expose. From the hype to the hidden failures to the tricks brands hope you'll never question. So hit like, tap subscribe, and join thousands of smart shoppers who already know. Smart spending starts with asking smarter questions, because a brighter screen shouldn't come at the cost of a darker truth.